This is the Good Pod Guide, a podcast where I, Lauren Windle, journalist and podcast mega fan, introduce you to new podcasts you won't want to miss, as well as reminding you about some big name fan favourites. I don't think it works when they try and reboot very popular shows from the past. I think that, I was going to say the recent reboot of Gladiators, but actually I think that was quite a while ago now. But when they tried to reboot Gladiators, you know, we can all confirm that we didn't really watch it and it wasn't really that great. Blind Date, you know, was that the same without Scylla? That's a hard no, isn't it? And the same for me goes for Your Face or Mine. Who remembers Your Face or Mine from back in the day, right? That was June Sarpong. How great is June Sarpong? And Jimmy Carr. It was the show that launched Jimmy Carr, and he was so bloody rude, but we'd never heard someone be that rude before. So it was like brand new TV, and it was excellent TV. But then they tried to bring it back a couple of years ago, and I just don't think it worked. I think that we're all just acclimatized to being mean to people. Even when they got like semi-celebrities like Tommy Mallet and Georgia from Towie, it just wasn't that good, was it? Anyway, that reboot was hosted by Jimmy Carr and Katherine Ryan. And I actually really like Katherine Ryan, even though I've just said I wasn't a big fan of that show that she hosted. I think that she's very funny and entertaining, and I enjoy seeing her on my television screen. So today we are going to talk about Katherine Ryan, and we're talking about her podcast, Katherine Ryan, Telling Everybody Everything. And this is a candid and honest one-woman podcast from Katherine Ryan. How many times do you think I can say her name? If this was some sort of drinking competition, everyone would be drunk by now. Now, in the description for this, they describe Katherine Ryan, and again, as the nation's sweetheart, which I think is probably a little bit strong. Don't get me wrong. As I said, I really like her, but she's hardly like Princess Di or Stacey Solomon, you know. For those who don't know Katherine, she is a Canadian comedian, writer and presenter who has made the UK her home. She is a regular on the comedy panel circuit, so if you watch Dave, you definitely know who she is. And she's had a Netflix series out that she wrote and starred in called The Duchess last year, which I really enjoyed, guys. She tends to share her thoughts on things that are happening like right now. It's quite a current affairs-y podcast. So if you do check it out, I would recommend starting with the most recent, I reckon. But as well as addressing the news and responding to listeners' emails, she also discusses a number of very random topics. Like in one episode, the same episode, she covered dating sex offenders, living with lupus, mums being scammed, and stalkers. So, you know, there's a pretty wide net cast when it comes to these episodes. Each is 30 to 40 minutes, and you've currently got sort of 50 odd to play with. Felix, the eternal optimist who you've met as a co-host occasionally on the Good Pod Guide and who is part of our team and does quite a lot of the research with me. He usually sees sunshine in every podcast he reviews. And he didn't like this, which is a rarity, and did make me wonder if it appeals more to women than men, because I wasn't offended by it at all. I think she deserves ratings, because take it from someone who knows, a single presenter on a podcast is really hard work to maintain. And I rate her for tackling big topics, but still keeping it light and giving everyone a few laughs along the way. In the next episode, I explain how I got a Blue Peter badge and review the podcast True Crime Obsession. We've put all you need to know about the show on our website, www.goodpodguide.com, so check that out. You can also follow us at Good Pod Guide on Instagram and Twitter.